NVIDIA is a fourth undisputed champ there, but there are some other companies coming up also in terms of inferencing and other areas. In the training side, of course, NVIDIA is the leader, but on the inferencing side, there are a number of competitors in the niche markets that are coming up. So they will come up, a lot more competition coming up down the road. So 2025, in terms of the IPO market itself, I think 2025 looks like a sweet spot where everything, the election will be behind you, volatility will kind of hopefully subside, interest rate will have better clarity in terms of the economy. So it looks like the stage will be set in 2025.
But will it be healthy companies that we see going public, or will it be companies that feel pressure to go public because of the funding that they've taken on and some of those dollars that they've received? Well, depending upon where they came from, they might be in the ear saying, hey, we'd like to see some of that return realized right now.
I don't think the market's going to give any leeway for companies that are not profitable or are not close to profitabilities. I think we saw what happened last time. Number of investors got burned. A lot of companies stumbled at the gate that were high growth, no profits, profits in the future, way in the future, things like that. So all those companies got punished. So pretty much it became like almost a necessity that you had to have a solid business model and not too many doubts. So the investors gave you the benefit of doubt, but only up to a certain point. So I think that.
Joining us now for more is George Tillis, Senior Markets Correspondent for the Schwab Network. George, this is like the AI 2.0 trade. How are you going to power all this investment? And there's been a lot of optimism around the opportunities in nuclear for years and years. And now they've got real buy-in from some of the biggest players on the planet, from Microsoft to Amazon, etc. There's some legs to this, is there not?
I think in general there is. I think there's probably some revival of the nuclear energy industry, probably at the utility scale, but there's a lot of up-and-coming technologies out there, and some of these technologies surround these what are called fabrication facilities, or these small modular reactors. In other words, on-site reactors for particular things like data centers and areas like hydroelectric dams and so forth. So I think there's room for new technologies. I think there's a lot of stocks out there. I think we've covered quite a few of them, and Oklo is another one of these stocks that's developing or in the stages of development of small modular reactors that are essentially transportable and installable, as well as again modular in the standpoint that they're small and compact and can of course be transported to other places versus being stationary like traditional utilities. I think the energy aspects of data center needs and artificial intelligence is real. If you look at some of the fixed forward utility rates going into next year, particularly in Texas, they've actually quadrupled in some cases because of demand for electricity going forward in the next year. So the utility stocks have done extremely well, particularly those that are focused on fixed forward of electricity forward contracts. We've also seen some resurgence of utilities like NRG and Constellation Energy. VST is another one of these names that's really trending alongside NVIDIA and the AI stocks. And a lot of these smaller players like Oklo and symbol NEE, which is another one of these modular utility or modular reactor companies, have really taken off. So obviously there's a trend going on. The demand for electricity is real. The questions really are about the viability of the business and also financing. And so I think this is really important, because if you look at some of the recent news on